Sabbath day vibes, you know what I'm saying? Shabbat Shalom, happy Sabbath day to y'all, those that's keeping it today, you know what I'm saying? You know I'm still laid up. But yeah, we just gonna look into Luke 4 and 16. I want y'all to just walk with me a little bit. We're gonna check it out of the Good News translation and the KJV. Check out a couple definitions. See if it's hitting or if it's missing. So what it do? Learn something new. Feel me? Speaking for who's thinking. It's a Sabbath day, you know what I'm saying? For those that call yourself believers, do you follow it as the book instructs, as the example that we have? Or do you follow the ways of the world? With your pappy, with your mammy, with your granny, with your, kin folk, your friend folk, pastor folk, church folk, done told you. Or do you follow the word? It's either man's traditions or the Most High's. Which one do you lie? Now we're going to start it out today in the Good News translation, Luke 4 and 16. Then Jesus went to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and on the Sabbath he went as usual to the synagogue. He stood up to read the scriptures. So this is letting us know that the Messiah did something as usual. This is what he did, right? He's following the tradition of the customs that were given from the Most High to his people. Just go ahead and go check out Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 through 11. It's a commandment given of the way to live your life for the Most High by following his instructions. Check it out. Now we're going to check out that KJV. Luke 4 and 16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. So he was raised in Nazareth, right? Born in Nazareth, right? That's where he came up, keeping the customs of his people, Israelites, Hebrews, chosen of the Most High, following the Most High, right? And what was a part of his custom? To go convocate on the Sabbath day. Let's go check out some definitions real quick. Now we're checking out a definition, so just listen and pay attention. G1486 in your Strongs, right? Definition, right? To be used by habit or conventionality, right? Perfect particular usage, be custom, right? Right? The KJV usage is his custom was, or as his manner was. So remember how you were raised, right? And let's say you go across, stay the night at one of your friends' house, at school, the teacher let you know, at teach parent conference or whatever, your parents let your parents know, oh, your child is well mannered. Because there's a custom that you taught them with well manners, right? Now we're just running over to the definition. Just listen, pay attention. Just Google search. Custom. A traditional and widely accepted way of behaving or doing something that is specific to a particular society, place, or time. So, customs and traditions are linked together. So you have to figure out, what exactly are you following? Because the Messiah was following something different, and you say we don't have to keep it. So if you actually look into some things, you see some things, start to wonder some things. Then you start to check the things that you're doing. Are these things thinking? Are they lining up? I don't know. Get your cup. Now we're jumping over to one of my favorite verses in the Bible, in the Good News, right? Colossians 2 and 8. See to it, then, that no one enslaves you by means of the worthless deceit of human wisdom, which comes from the teachings handed down by human beings and from the ruling spirits of the universe, and not from Christ. So you see how it says, don't be enslaved by worthless human wisdom. Worthless human wisdom. Because if it's not following the instructions of the word of the Most High, it's worthless human wisdom, right? And these are teachings which are handed down, traditions and customs by humans again, and from the ruling spirits of the universe, deceitful, and not after the word, not after the Messiah. Now we're going to check it out in the KJV. Colossians 2 and 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. So it's giving us a warning shot. The first word is beware, right? Do not be spoiled, which means turn rotten, right? Through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men. Because remember, men is teaching their own ways that's deceitful and worthless, right? These are traditions of men, which is why a lot of y'all keep the same customs and holidays and all the things that you do, because it's been passed down from men's tradition. It's of the world, and it's not of the Messiah. The book is not a liar. We're going to tap in with that Google search one time. Hey, some truth. I know it hurts. Tradition. The transmission of customs or beliefs from generation to generation, or the fact of being passed on in this way. So, you have been lied to. Those of you that believe and follow something else because it sounds good, because, the pastor, the reverend, the leader of your church wants to make you feel better, so you can come back and give up mold cheddar. You know what I'm saying? And that pot of collection. The traditions that you keep are not of the word. They're of the world. Time to switch it up. You feel me?